streets ain't talking about you, man. If I can't spin a block and find out about you, man, the people ain't about you, man. That's just what it is, you know?
But I got to
talk about it in the streets, man.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. Yeah, I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first, though.
July will be 17 years that I've been with KIPS Bay. If you don't know about KIPS Bay, we have 4 standalone community centers, 4 school-based sites, 2 homeless shelters, and we also have a senior citizen program up in Castle Hill. So we serve about 10,000 kids a year, directly, indirectly, through after-school programs, through teen engagement, night center, and then we also place 1,300 kids through summer youth in the summer. So right now, you know, you could be a KIPS Bay member from 6 years old all the way to you're freaking a senior. I mean, there'll be a gap when you're an adult after 20, because we'll take them to about 20, the summer youth goes to 24.
To 24?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll take them to about 24, and then, you know, it's that gap, but then you could come back as a senior citizen and take advantage of that program. You know,
multi-generational. Okay.
Multi-generational.
Okay.
You know, my goal has always been to kind of expose our kids to as much stuff as possible, right? Exposure and opportunity is what my motto is, what I've always been, you know, speaking about when I talk about youth development and stuff like that, right? So here at KIPS Bay, I mean, in this building alone, you know, they have the learning kitchen, and we'll get to that. They have the digital arts room where the kids are creating beats and recording their lyrics and shooting their videos. Wow. We also have a podcasting room where the kids sit and talk about different topical things, right? You know, we also have a small pottery program where the kids are learning how to do pinch pots when it comes to pottery. So that's just happening at this location. At our other location, and hopefully we'll get to see that at some point, we have an ice skating rink. We have a 60-yard enclosed turf dome. We have a pool.
Hold on. Is this getting ready to come to the Castle Hill side?
That's the Castle Hill side. That's what I was like.
I'm happy to hear that these are the type of things that they are putting, especially in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say at times hearing that the Bronx has such a bad rap, but what I am hearing is that the Bronx is changing. Wow.
One of KIPS Bay Boys and Girls Club is a 106-year-old organization.
Okay.
Moved from the KIPS Bay section 60 or 55 years ago to the Bronx. Hence why it's called KIPS Bay Boys and Girls Club. So our main location is on the other side of the Bronx. And like I said, we moved here in 2010. So one of KIPS Bay's biggest fundraising and special events is our decorated show house. So what KIPS Bay does 3 times a year in New York, Dallas, and Florida, they approach, whether they approach or not, if your house is for sale or whatever, they negotiate with homeowners, whether you put in your house for sale, it needs to be 5,000 square feet and all this other stuff. And basically, if you're a designer, we bid to decorate a certain portion of our house out of our own pro bono, right? But being a part of KIPS Bay's decorated show house blew you through the roof. So we just right now we in Palm Beach. Okay. We've been out there for I think 8 years. They were supposed to. What's happening in New York is getting more difficult to find houses. So typically they would have had the New York show house around September, but now they have to push it because they're working on. And this year will be the 50th New York City show house. So they want to make sure they do it big. I mean, the show houses have been on HGTV. You know, just real high-end design. As you can see, refrigerators, a cabinet. You know,
this is official.
The dishwashers, a cabinet. So this is an opportunity for the kids to come in here and learn culinary arts. Right? We had a partnership with Wellness in the School, but since then we hired a chef, and the kids come in here and learn how to cook. What we did last year, the kids created a cookbook, Boiling on a Budget, where they decided to create meals to feed a family of 4 or 5 for under $40, $50, and really bring that together with different dishes and stuff that they like. So that's one of the things we did last year, and we'll see as these kids progress to see some of the things that they'll do this year. But at the end of the day, exposure, opportunity is the motto. you know, we learn even in the culinary space that there's photographers that just make money taking pictures of food, right?
Yep.
So there's different avenues within culinary arts that the kids can get involved in. A reviewer, right? Could be a food critic, could be a chef, could be a personal chef. You know, could take pictures of the food, could publish pictures of, you know, so there's a million different avenues, and that's always my mindset when I'm thinking. And listen, as a parent of 3, you know, I got 3 kids of my own. It's making sure that they touch and feel different things, and you never know. Maybe that'll spark the brain to get them to say, "This is the career I want to do."
Having options.
That's kind of always been my role and my motto about that. So, exposure, opportunity, as many things as possible, and culinary arts is just one of them.
Culinary arts, tap in.
So this is what they do. The teacher will display the program or whatever's going on. If they have questions, they ask questions, but it's really about them, again, touching, feeling, doing the things on their own, so they can get an opportunity to say, hey, I like this or I don't like it. So kids have had the opportunity to create their own beats, right? Then create lyrics to those beats, then record their song, then shoot the video, all within auspices of this building. We have a green screen, so the kids, you know, they really get into this whole digital arts aspect of just music and just in general, right? So it's finding the right people to come in here and work with them, but also allowing them to kind of create and just guide them to make sure that obviously it's age appropriate, it's all that other stuff, but to guide them to make sure that they're learning from this, so that these are skills that they can have.
So what resources do you think that the Boys and Girls Club could use when it comes to generating the kids to be here a little bit more? Like, how do you think that we can raise more awareness when it comes to kids making beats and kids, you know, I'm not trying to ask the question in where, how do we involve the musicians? What I'm really asking is, how do we get the music entertainment world, Atlantic Records, how do we get, you know, people of those status, how do we get them to see all the good things that's going on?
I mean, besides connections, you know, it is the internet, it is social media, it is creating those reels, it is creating content, so, you know, people can see what's happening at these clubs, right? I spoke about earlier about KIPS Bay's show house, right? And then we have KIPS Bay after school program. KIPS Bay's decorated show house Instagram has 125,000 followers.
Wow.
KIPS Bay's after school has 5,000, right? So right then and there,
Where's the disconnect?
there's a difference right there, right?
Wow.
So there's a lot of people involved with the show house and don't really realize that's just the fun this. And it looks like it might be the other way around, right? No, the show house and all that other stuff, those special events are to fund our programs. KIPS Bay has a $12 million operating budget a year. About $5 million of that is through the city, right? Through DYCD and the city contract.
Okay.
The other that we got to raise. We got to raise through our special events, or we're approaching elected officials and, you know, asking them for money for programs and stuff like that. So a lot of times, even when we get approached as an organization, it's like, hey, I got this space, I want y'all to run programs. It's like, yeah, that's the space, but it's about sustainability. How are we going to pay the staff? How are we going to do all of that stuff? So you're going to give me $500,000 to retrofit a space. That's cool, but it's going to cost $125,000 a year to run it. Where are we getting that money from, right? So it's always about that, right? Finding ways to connect it, finding ways to get people to kind of help. And I think you got to sell a story. You gotta throw it out there. You gotta be able to kind of continuously put out content, and hopefully people write and they can have those questions. Or you use people like you to have connections and come in here and be like, yo, my boys and them is doing this already with these kids. Let's go over there and see how we can help them. So over here, catch the pottery wheel.
Oh, there's the pottery?
Yeah.
Why do you Are you free?
So right here, kids get an opportunity to learn the basics of pottery, to create these little
So today we're working on
create these pinch pots and stuff like that. We're working on getting the kiln.
Oh, so they really putting their hands to work, huh? Okay.
So this is we're working on our hydroponic stuff. So this is one of those planting things where everything is encompassing with the lights and all.
Oh,
that
you got
stuff.
the hydroponic.
So
Wow.
you know,
Where do you get your help from when it comes to like the community? How is the community helping bring in the kids or awareness to this space?
Well, I mean, it's twofold, right? When you're moving into a community, you want to hire people from the community, right? You want to make sure there's people in this neighborhood that know who's who, understands the dynamics of the neighborhood. Because no matter what, we're in New York City, right? There's all kind of stuff that's happening outside. So you need people to kind of understand what's happening outside. So that's one aspect of it, right? Engage in the community. We do orientation for all of our programs, right? So the parents can come in here, get a tour, ask questions, and get involved that way. We do parent engagement events where, you know, we use the learning kitchen to create meals, and the parents came, the kids cook for their parents. So there's ways that, you know, we engage the community. So KIPS Bay is a trauma-informed organization. Trauma informs, basically, you gotta take some time, right? Dealing with the kids. Some of these kids now have, you know, special needs and issues. And back in the days, we were able to just say, these kids are not for our program. Now we can't do that. So we gotta find ways to work with them, train our staff to de-escalate some of that stuff. And this is why Brittany, the director, kind of created this room. Shit, if I had a sensory room when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't have been in as much trouble.
That's
I
true.
could go somewhere and just let my hands down, touch, feel, play with things, manipulatives. So overall, as an organization, we have a school psychologist and a couple part-time people at a couple of our locations. The goal is to have a person at each site to be able to come and de-escalate issues, problems, take those kids and give them a break. And trauma informed goes down to the staff as well, right? So, you know, checking your staff. Maybe you all right today? You need a day off? You need some time to yourself to make sure that they are right, because you don't want people in front of kids. Listen, it's life, right? We all got a million things going on.
How would you explain what's being done here in the way that you handle it, and how do you attack helping and bettering a child or a person that's dealing with mental health or learning how to deal with a mental or a social problem that they really don't have control of but can be educated on it? How do you work with children like that?
I think children is like in this generation is definitely different. There's a lot of children that are coming out with a lot of autism and stuff like that. We have a lot of those children here now. So those are where we mix. Now this room is for that. We usually do like talking one-on-one. I got my degree in 2023 with human services, so I'm kind of new to this. But usually this room is for like talking one-on-one. We usually start with like stuff that's happening at home, because I feel like everything starts at home.
That's true.
After that, then it comes like school, and then it's here, because like we're not their parents, but like we with them 4 hours during the day. Usually everything happens here. So we'll talk about that, and we'll kind of like break it down, and then I'll have sessions with them throughout the week, and we'll kind of figure out what's going on, what's the root of the problem, and kind of like dive right in and stuff like that. Usually it's something like happening at home or at school, and then it kind of transforms to like over here. But it's definitely something new. I love it. I've been at it for like a couple months now. I feel like talking is like the best thing for them. Like they don't have somebody to talk to at home. They have like us. We listen to them all day. Like, yeah.
That is needed.
The keyboards and some of that stuff over here. So this was also part of the room part of what MLB donated in 2017. So the digital arts room downstairs, and this is the engineer room, where typically now the kids are recording in this room. Before they weren't. But now they're recording in this room with the engineer here, so they'll load up the actual beat that they created. They'll use their lyrics and lay it down right here. So when the kids come, they get a snack, and then they get a hot meal later on. So this is one of the areas they eat. It's not no real kitchen, it's just a warmer kitchenette type stuff.
But they get a snack and they eat.
They get a snack and a dinner every day.
Every day.
So this room broken down into 3 different rooms. We've done training here. We've done parent engagement events in here. Again, exposure, opportunities, many things that we can expose them to. Now, within that, those kids have an opportunity to audition for either ALE and all this other stuff if it's something that they take on. But they're learning their first opportunity to touch and feel ballet. It's here with us at the KIPS Bay Boys and Girls.
And it's available.
Yeah. This is for like a 6 to 9 population. We call them cadets.
Oh, the kid, the younger
kids.
6 to 9, the cadets.
So they kind of navigate through this phase. This will kind of be their homework area, and then they'll go into activities in the other space. So. And then this right here.
This is nice. This is nice. I like stuff like this.
With Dove. So Dove, the soap.
The soap?
Yeah. So they have a lot of community stuff. So this was more about empowerment, themselves, self-portrait, how they see themselves. So a couple of staff, some of them did it. And then we created a mural with all the kids' work that was here. So Dove was here for like 3 days in a row. We kind of took all the kids' painting that they created and hung it up and made this mural.
Oh, man. Wow. Wow. When you sit here and you look at the different rooms and the things that's being donated, I'm just curious, and like, what's kind of like your vision and your goal for like the next generation? I mean, I see that there's a lot of insight. I see that there's a lot of things that could possibly be, but you know, if there was a way that I could kind of like tap into your mind, if you don't mind, what does Sin see for? What's Sin's vision, rather?
I mean, I've been talking about it the whole time, right? It's about exposure and opportunity. It's about, you know, being able to take our kids, our members, travel, right? I think my next thing is to really work on traveling, to get our kids out of their communities. You know, it's funny, sometimes, you know, one of the things that you hear is that most people, and they don't leave 4 or 5 block radius, right? So I would take kids when I was running programs to Jersey, like, where we at? We in Jersey. We ain't going nowhere yet. Just for us to Ridge, right? So when I was running programs, I was taking kids to college trips. I was going down to DC.
College prep ready.
I was going out to Pennsylvania and, you know, visiting, whether it's a HBCU or whether it's just a regular school. It's to allow them. Again, you got to see yourself places. You got to be able to envision yourself in other places. And if you're not having an opportunity to touch it and feel it, how can you even think that's a goal, if that's something I can do? So for me also is to also say that, you know, I'm one of them. I'm a center kid. I was a center kid through and through since I was 7, 8 years old, right? I walked up to the Castle Community Center every day since I was 7, 8 years old. I was able to go and get a AmeriCorps stipend to help me go through college, right? And then to come back and work for the organization that poured into me. It's easy for me. This is not about work. You know, obviously I enjoy my check, but at the end of the day, this is something for me. It makes me feel good. I'm
passionate.
I'm able to see a young kid from this age and go graduate and go about their life. And at the end of the day, you're not going to get every kid. Every kid is not going to get what you're trying to give them. But what you will get from them later is like, should have listened to you. Yo, I know what you was trying to do for us now.
And it's still not over.
And it's still not over, right? Like, I'll have those kids that were with me when I was doing college tours and all that other stuff and not understand what I was trying to do. Now you 23, 24. It's like, damn, H, I should have listened to you. Damn, H, now I see what we were going through. Damn, H, now I see. Because I would tell them even then, I said, I'm good. I'm good. My check is going to come. This is about y'all. If y'all not want to take advantage of this stuff, then I can't help you with that. But at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm not doing this to add more money. I'm actually taking away from my family and everything else, taking these trips and doing these things with you guys because I want y'all to be something, you know. And some of them won't. Some of them they'll remember. Yo, I remember. Yeah, you remember.
You hear that a lot. You hear that a lot.
Yeah, you still went that way. So when I see you, I'm gonna still talk to you and all that other stuff. But it's like, I seen something in you, you ain't seen yourself, and now you got to figure it out. And I can't help you no more because now you're an adult. Like, I can help you by giving you advice, but I can't help you by giving you the steps and helping you do your resume, helping you do your cover letter, helping you do financial aid, helping you write your college essay. I can't do that no more. You know, you missed the boat. So all you could do is that, right? Really talk about, yo, I should have listened. So my vision is to really take all of these kids, whoever it may be, to just expose them, allow them to touch, feel as many things as possible so they can find something they want to find. You know, they can find something they want to turn into a career. Because what the next jobs look like. That's the next thing. We don't know what the next jobs are going to be.
That is true.
AI is taking a lot of jobs. So a lot of jobs are going to be your person, who you are, how you sell yourself that people want to be interested in, no matter what it is, right? So a lot of that stuff is self-investment. Drones, like there's things that we tapping into to try to see, because at the end of the day, nobody knows what this next 15, 20 years of job and what it's going to look like.
That's right. That market looks totally different the way it's shaping now, especially like you said with AI. Yep.
We don't know.
They're taking a lot of jobs away.
They're taking a lot of jobs. So if you can't fix that, you got to pay somebody to fix it. So why don't you learn how to fix it?
Jack of all trades, my guy Sin. It's your boy A Butta. I done pulled up KIPS Bay, the Boys and Girls Club. I'm outside with my guy Sinclair Hollingsworth. You heard? Sin, let us know, man. What you got going on in the building, baby?
It's too much to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's a place for the kids to come, learn, explore, touch and feel things, and hopefully it can turn into a career or something that they enjoy and keep with them for the rest of their life. Our mantra is opportunity and exposure, and we'll continuously do that for the 10,000 kids we serve throughout the year and everybody that comes before and after. Thank you, A Butta, for coming through. Just a glimpse of what we do. Hopefully you get to see some of the other programs and activities that are happening within KIPS Bay. We're one-on-one when it comes to this youth development stuff. So I appreciate A for coming through, take a snapshot of kind of what KIPS Bay is about. And hopefully this is only the beginning. Appreciate you.
You already know. We outside, KIPS Bay, the Bronx.
But I got you. Streets. Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first though. Hardships to the starship. Legend off the record park bench. You a marksman with your game A. Got me putting butter in the margin. You putting others on the market. For them press A, wall 10. Before he walked in, they did the research. Put that working on the streets first. My dreams birthed the awakening. I hit the course, who you shaking with? They taking shots, that's commercial. Then I'm coming off the break with it. With your make a vid, just don't make a mess. Test, ain't no gas. What's your favorite gas? Building with my boys like a Lego set. If I'm laying up with your lady next. Hey, you done did it. Hey, you done did it. Your game on the pivot. You been painting pictures, ain't no exhibit. Just putting traffic in the street like exhibit. We distribute, you can read the scriptures on the app. These actors, rappers, weekly visits. You can even listen to the research. Gotta get it from the streets first, huh? This one's for the streets first. Stripes like a